Today we are talking about how to thank God for answered prayers. Don't you want to have more of your prayers answered? Well, I think if you thank Him properly, you're going to get those. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thought? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? Thank you for joining me on this documentary series. This is a journey. This is kind of a video journal, sort of. A documentary series as I've discovered some things and I'm so happy to share them with you so that wherever you're at, if you were further back on the journey than I was, maybe this will help you. And if you're ahead on the journey, please chime in. Put some comments down below where you can share your insights to help the rest of us as we're trying to figure these things out. So today we're talking about how to thank God for answered prayers. Now this is huge because if you want to have God answer more of your prayers, you got to thank Him properly. You got to really be grateful for the answers that He's already given you. Gratitude just opens the doors for so many things in our lives. And if you can properly show that gratitude, and let me just explain what gratitude is. Gratitude is recognizing you are the recipient of deliberate kindness. And think about any prayer you've ever had answered. It is deliberate kindness that you have received. And that we need to be thankful to God for that. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to thank God and to truly be grateful for this. Now, I do have to explain, it's kind of amazing that I'm even giving this because I used to believe that prayers were only answered occasionally. And it was very seldomly that I ever even got answers to prayers. And that was a source of frustration in my life. But I also didn't believe that I was worthy of or capable of receiving more answers to prayers. And in the last little while, in fact, in the last 2 weeks, I've discovered a few things on this journey where now I feel like I'm getting answers to prayers all the time. I'm getting direction, and I'm happy to share that process with you. So I'm going to share a few. I'm going to share 3 key skills, 3 steps for you to really thank God properly. And in doing that, it's going to open up the floodgate for you to get more answers to your prayers. So the first thing is I just want to explain that when you're praying, the quality of your question is going to change the quality of your answer. For years, I had very broad questions that I would ask or very specific requests that were my agenda and the way I thought my life needed to turn out. And I didn't get answers to those questions, and I asked them over and over again. And I would also ask why. Why is this happening to me? Why won't you answer my prayer? And I had all this anger and this frustration. And my questions of why were built out of faithlessness. Because if you ask why questions, it's generally, I don't trust your answers. I don't trust your path. I don't trust your plan. I don't trust your timing. So why is this always happening to me? Or why is this continually? Or why can't I this? Or, as you start to look at those questions and the why, it's not founded on faith. So you gotta switch those. I like to ask questions like what? What can I learn from this experience? What can I learn from this delay in these blessings that I feel I was promised? How can I be more my true self after this trial or after this experience? When you start to ask more constructive questions, you're going to get greater answers to them. So anyway, sorry, that's a little sidetrack, and I have other episodes that talk about how to get regular, consistent answers to prayers. It's just amazing to kind of switch that. But I'm sharing 3 key steps for you to really show gratitude for the prayers that you've had answered. And in showing that gratitude, you're going to open up the floodgates to getting more. So the first one is to get conscious every day. And what I mean by that is so often we live just, we're just kind of asleep. The reason why zombie movies are so popular, I think, is because we see ourselves in the zombies to where we go through life not feeling things and not noticing things. You need to get conscious every day of God's hand in your life. What I like to do is at night before I go to bed, I keep a Hand of the Lord journal. And what I do with that is I look back on the day and I think, how have I seen the hand of God in my life today? What amazing coincidences have I experienced? What blessings have I received? How have I seen Him interacting with me or my family? And as I started to ask those questions and ponder and meditate and take time to stop from the day and look back at this, I have gotten more skilled at finding His hand in my life. And it's not that I see His hand, but I sure see His fingerprints. Imagine all of these crazy coincidences that happen to you and you recognizing that that is God interacting in your life. And then by writing it down, it shows that you are cherishing these answers. You are recognizing them. You are being aware and appreciative of His hand in your life. As you start to do that, as you start to express these things, you're going to feel more gratitude for the kindnesses, the mercies, tender mercies, the answers to prayers that you've had, and it's going to help you out. So anyway, first key ingredient to thanking God for answers to prayers is to get conscious every day and do that by journaling. Now, the next thing is to remember. And journaling, again, is a huge part of this. Okay, so as you start to remember the times that you've had answers to prayers, the times that He's come and bailed you out, the times that you felt peace or comfort, or that you felt some inspiration in your life, the way that you remember, a good way for you to remember is to keep a list. So what I do is I take my journals and I pull out just a line or two from different experiences that I've had through my life. And I actually keep this on my iPad. I have it with me on my phone because it's in a notes app. And anytime I'm in line or I'm waiting or I'm down and discouraged, which happens a lot, I go through that list. And it's titled Prayers I've Had Answered. And it's just a line or two. And it'll be everything from when I first met my wife or when I knew that she was the one to when... Anyway, I feel like this is already so personal on me. But I just put a little line there, and by remembering the times that I've had prayers answered, totally changes my life because it reconnects me with Him. Because I think if He loved me so much then, He loves me now. And He's going to continue with that kind of love. So anyway, when you remember, again, what we're talking about is how to show God that we are truly thankful for the answers to our prayers, for His blessings. When we remember them, it shows that we are cherishing them, and a list is a great way to do that, so that you can regularly reflect on that and remember just how much He loves you. So anyway, that's a fantastic action for you to do. Another activity that you can do that I've just learned about this, and I'm so excited to share this because it's making a difference in my life. Not only is it showing me, not only is it helping me show God that I want His involvement in His life, it's showing me just where He is with His promptings. So let me just kind of explain this to you. So anyway, I was told to get a small journal like this that I could keep with me at all times, and I do. If I don't have it with me, I carry just a blank card that I can easily transfer this to. But what I do is whenever I have a prompting, a little thought that I need to do something, I will open it up and I will write down P and I will circle it and I will write the prompting. Call your mom, or whatever the prompting is. Don't criticize your wife. I should have obeyed that prompting. And then right below it, I will put an A for my action, what I did with that prompting. Now, what's been interesting is when I first heard about this and I got the journal and I started thinking, anyway, I had a little prompting come to me, but I wasn't sure it was a prompting because it just seemed like, oh, that doesn't really matter. And as soon as I thought that thought, oh, that prompting doesn't really matter. Another thought came into my head that basically said, oh, I see how it is. That was kind of a wake up to me, because at that time I was frustrated that I wasn't getting the direction that I wanted. I felt like I wanted more answers to prayer. I wanted more direction in my life. I wanted to know what to do to overcome some things and to move some things forward. And I wasn't getting those. And then when I realized that with his little promptings that he was giving me, that I was pushing away because I want the big stuff, I was showing that I didn't care about this, and I only care about this, and it wasn't showing gratitude to him. So anyway, as I have started doing this, I got to tell you, I'm getting promptings like every day. And I'm doing things to follow up with them. And it's showing that I cherish his words, I cherish his revelation, I cherish his involvement in my life. You can do that too. If you want to be grateful for your answers to prayer, start recognizing them, start writing them down, start remembering them, start putting them into action if they are promptings for you to do something. As you start to do that, you're going to show intense gratitude for him and his involvement. And I think he's just going to want to be even more involved in a fantastic way. What can you add? Now, are you ready to join the conversation? Are you willing to add your voice, your thoughts, your ideas, your impressions? If so, add them in the comment section below. We need your voice. Now, if you have been inspired to take action, don't let an impression slip by. Train yourself to listen to and follow your inner voice. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, you will receive a copy of my Purpose Planner, the tool you've been missing that will help you uncover your purpose. What if you are a God in the making? That would mean there's purpose to your life, meaning to your challenges. You have a great work to do. May you have the courage, faith, and power to become who you were truly meant to be. See you next time.